Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave. Today we're going to be answering the massive question: who's going to win the Premier League? Of course, check out SofaScore. That's where we do all of our analysis. Subscribe if you're new. Anyway, it's time to dive in. City versus Liverpool. It's a big one for the league title this season. Who will win the league? Get into the comments and let me know what is going to go on. Who do you think is going to do it? Because both sides have really kicked on another gear this season for me. Manchester City, of course, over the summer, recruited the likes of Jack Grealish for a whole host of cash from Aston Villa. That was their big signing. He was brought into the club, a team that already had excelled, that got to a Champions League final. I think in terms of City, obviously we've seen a bit of a change to more of a structured overload in the centre of the pitch for them. A box either, setting up in this kind of 4-4-2 box shape with Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri and Ilkay Gundogan operating in a very much a midfield diamond, a midfield box, or alternatively going to kind of go in 3-4-3 with a centre forward and attacking midfield behind, similar to how they set in the second half against Atletico Madrid. And I think the variance of City and how they can change their formation and system, as I mentioned, we've got the 3-box-3, the 3 forwards in there, then the likes of let's just go for the City result. The 3-box-3 with kind of Cancelo wide left. Back 3 of Laporte, Diaz, Stones would be their number 1. Or alternatives we mentioned before, that kind of 4-box-4 shape. Throwing a winger into those wide areas. And then kind of rotating that midfield line around. City have got those kind of 2 shapes and that 2 development. The way that they've improved and the way that they are, that they are sitting high and top of the Premier League gives them the advantage in the title race. Just having a look at the league at the moment. City on 73 points, Liverpool on 72 points. They have the advantage. But Man City have had a little bit of a wobble in the last 10 games in 2022. City have dropped 7 points, letting a 12-point lead slip to just 1 point. On the flip side, obviously, Liverpool with their recruitment in the latest window was brilliant. Bringing in Luis Diaz in from Porto, I think, is a masterstroke for Liverpool, and for me, puts them into that competitive level with City. Liverpool now have arguably, let's say 5 really, really good forwards. Borderline 5 world class. I'd say Salah, Mane, Jota are world class. Firmino is obviously not playing at the same level he played in the 2019-20 season, but still really good. And Diaz has got the potential to be at that top level. The other thing I think with Liverpool this season, Thiago's fitness and form has been a lot better. The way that Liverpool set up this season. With their side, obviously Thiago plays a little bit deeper, gets on the ball in those deep areas, looks to create. Trent comes inside. Salah stayed a little bit wider than he has in recent years, but of course that hasn't stopped the effectiveness of his goal scoring in the entirety of this season. Again, Salah's going for a little bit of a wobble in terms of goals. Only that goal against Brighton from the penalty spot. Since the start of March. But saying that, performing so well at the start of the season, 20 goals and 10 assists in 28 games, still having an absolute season. I think his form is obviously a big, reason why Liverpool are here right now, but has to kick on once again. Liverpool have won their last 10, or they're winning. Liverpool have picked up 31 points from a possible 33 points in 2022. They're on the longest winning streak in Europe right now, breaking records. So I think obviously from a team perspective, we kind of understand how Liverpool set up, how they play. 4-3-3. The other interesting side as well, we've seen Sadio Mane play through the middle at times, and I think that's brought back his goal scoring to the team, giving them another outlet. Salah is obviously there. We mentioned Trent and his creativity. Robertson on the other side. The shape is really good. Similar with Man City, a very well-coached team. So in terms of winning the league, obviously we've got to consider their running for the rest of the season. In the Premier League, Liverpool have Wolves, Brighton, Watford, Leeds United, West Ham and Aston Villa to come in the league. Last game against Wolves at home. But the big one, of course, against Manchester City in the league, but also against Manchester United. Liverpool absolutely hammered Manchester United 5-0 at Old Trafford, so you expect them to kind of run through that. Other tough fixtures, again, Antonio Conte, Spurs. They're in a great run, so there's 3 fixtures that Liverpool really need to kind of... Let's do that again. I've got that completely wrong. I've read the wrong thing. Liverpool remaining games. Sorry, let's do that again. Liverpool's remaining games, of course, facing Man City in the league, Manchester United facing Everton in the derby, Spurs at home, also got to face Aston Villa, who beat them 7-2 in recent Premier League game, and Wolverhampton Wanderers last game of the season at home. Man City, on the other hand, who have they got remaining in the Premier League this season? They, of course, have got Liverpool in the league. Then they've got to face the likes of Brighton, Watford, Leeds, Newcastle, West Ham and Villa. You would slightly say that City's run is easier. So if you look at the average position of teams that they're yet to play in the league, Man City average position is around 12.6. The average position of the teams that Liverpool have got to face is 10.6. So City have got the easier run at the back end of the season. So on average, they are 2 places lower in the table. Klopp, on the other hand, has got to face Antonio Conte, and he's only ever beaten Conte once, losing once and drawing 3 times. Of course, Conte's Spurs drew 2-2 with Liverpool, and from that point, they did beat City in a really, really impressive result at the Etihad, 3-2, with Kulusevski, Son and Kane causing all types of problems, which is definitely a consideration for their game. The big thing as well with City is it'd be hard to say where they're going to drop points at the back end of that season. They're still, competitive in Europe. That's something to look at. But at the same time, I can't see City dropping that. I think they're comfortable. But saying that, you'd say they would have comfortably beaten Palace and Southampton, 2 teams they struggled with this season. Liverpool need to work on how they're going to counter Antonio Conte's back 3. That's I think that's a big part of how they negotiate the back end of the season. Could they change their system, go with the back 3 themselves, something different in there? Could be a bit of an option. Obviously, that this whole season is geared to the game in the Premier League. Man City versus Liverpool. Whoever wins this game, I think wins the league title. I think they get through the rest of the league games. I think it is done and dusted. If it's a draw, then it'll be about who is dropping the points, who is gaining the points. So I am so excited for that, and I think this will define the season. I think both teams have got such development in attack and defence. You'd say Man City's midfield is better than Liverpool's. You'd say Liverpool's attack is better than City's. And you'd say their defences are probably on equal par. Maybe give it to Liverpool because of the likes of Trent and Andy Robertson and how good they are in the final third. But of course, that's combated with João Cancelo. I think the season is really, really up in the air. Both teams are coming into this fixture in really, really good form. Thanks for watching, guys. Do get into the comments below who will win the Premier League. That's been me. I've been Statman Dave. See you later.